This is Channels Television's breaking news.
Good day to you, Africa. My name is Adoris Barra, and thank you so much for joining me on Zim Social Network News. Let's take a look at the news headlines for today. War veterans Chris Mutsvangwa indicated in a statement that Minister Chasi has been dismissed as Minister of Power and Energy Development because of corrupt activities. More churches are speaking against Emerson Mnangagwa. Shingi Munyeza claims the government leadership is only interested in retaining power. SADC Heads of State Government Summit takes place on the 17th of August 2020. The Air Zimbabwe flight to China to touch Robert Gabriel International Airport today. Guamatanga flies family in private aircraft after beating COVID-19. Honorable Tendai Biti blamed for United States imposition of sanctions on Kudata Gwire. Justina Mukoko led Zimbabwe Peace Project response to attacks against Catholic priests. Masarura Dams Party and rejoins MDCT. Latest updates on Jacob Ngaruvume, and lastly, to round up our news, we are going to take a look at the story of a racist white man who was knocked out with a single punch on the London Underground. Let's take a look at the news in detail. War veteran Chris Mutsvangwa, advisor to President Emerson Mnangagwa, has indicated in a statement that Chasi was dismissed as Minister of Power and Energy Development because of corrupt activities. We are still waiting to see if the government or the SADC, the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission, will take any steps to get Minister Chasi arrested and prosecuted. The Emerson Mnangagwa is now famously known and accused for its catch and release system. Let's listen to the following video clip.
What is wrong, no matter how many people pretend that it is right. And no matter how powerful somebody wants to pretend, what is wrong, period.
In the next story, more churches are speaking against Emerson Mnangagwa. The Evangelical Fellowship of Zimbabwe issues a solidarity statement with Roman Catholic Zimbabwe. Some part of the solidarity statement reads: "We as Evangelical Fellowship of Zimbabwe, the EFZ, encompassing 845 member bodies representing over 4.5 million Christians, wish to categorically state that we stand in solidarity with the Zimbabwe Catholic Bishops' Conference, the ZCBC, as it is said. We cannot find any reason to condemn them because what they articulated is the truth and nothing else but the truth." We can listen to the following video clip also.
What is wrong, no matter how many people pretend that it is right. And no matter how powerful somebody wants to pretend, what is wrong, period.
The government has criticized a number of individuals, organizations, and churches for wanting to cause anarchy in the country. Included in the list are Roman Catholic bishops, Hopo Chimono, Jacob Ngaruvume, Namatai Kwekweza, Julius Malema, and many more. President Emerson Mnangagwa labeled some of these people as bad terrorists, dark forces that need to be flushed out. And the next story, Shingi Munyeza, a co-advisor to the President Emerson Mnangagwa, in the 26-member Presidential Advisory Council, the PAC, has claimed that the government leadership is only interested in retaining power and spending most of its time consulting oracles instead of resolving the country's economic challenges. He went on to call for a leadership renewal in Zimbabwe that can bring the wounded nation together, as the current administration would not be able to extricate the nation from the challenges it faced. In a television church sermon Sunday morning, Munyeza, a pastor at the Borodo Community Faith Ministries, said that Zimbabwe needed a new leader who is God-fearing and could rise above differences and diversity. Moving on, SADC Heads of State Government Summit takes place virtually on Monday, 17th of August 2020. According to the Southern Africa human rights lawyer, Dewa Mavinga, the SADC meeting, which is penciled for today, the 17th of August 2020, will have, amongst other issues on the agenda, number 1, Zimbabwe human rights violations, and secondly, Mozambique disturbances, and etc. etc. The SADC meeting is going to be hosted by Mozambique. In the next story, the Air Zimbabwe flight that left Gonorrhea to China on Saturday night on another repatriation mission is expected to touch down at the Robert Gabriel Mugabe International Airport today with 132 passengers. The Air Zimbabwe Boeing 767-200 ER is set to arrive at 9:30 a.m. carrying 131 adults and 1 infant. Most of the passengers are Zimbabwean students who were stranded in China. Moving on, Guramatanga flies family in private aircraft after beating COVID-19. Super rich Minister of Finance Permanent Secretary George Guramatanga has celebrated beating coronavirus by hiring a private aircraft to fly his family to Victoria Falls. Guramatanga was hospitalized for over 3 weeks after going down with the respiratory illness, which also spread to his wife, young children, and his household staff. In an interview with the ZBC Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation on Sunday, Guramatanga admitted he nearly died. Doctors have now given Guramatanga and his family the all clear, and the Treasury Secretary gave his family cheer by flying them to Victoria Falls. In other news, Honorable Tendai Biti blamed for United States imposition of sanctions on Kudata Gwirei and Sakunda Holdings. Farmers and war veterans have blamed MDC Alliance Vice President Honorable Tendai Biti for the imposition of sanctions on the businessmen Kudata Gwirei and his company Sakunda Holdings. This comes after the United States added Gwirei and his company on the list to the sanctions list for engaging in corruption that has worsened the plight of the Zimbabweans. Farmers say that the imposition of sanctions on Gwirei and Sakunda Holdings will affect the Command Agriculture, a government program that is meant to boost production, since he was the financier of that program. Dakarai Mapuranga, an agricultural expert, called upon President Emerson Mnangagwa to flash Biti from chairing such an important portfolio as public accounts. Honorable Tendai Biti argued that Gwirei and Sakunda abused $3 billion Command Agriculture Fund, the reason the country is facing starvation. And in the next story, Justina Mukoko died Zimbabwe Peace Project response to attack against Catholic priests. The ZPP, the Zimbabwe Peace Project, led by human rights defender Justina Mukoko, has stood with the Zimbabwe Catholic bishops who recently rallied to the citizenry to protest against human rights violations in the country. The ZPP, the Zimbabwe Peace Project, calls for the government to realize that human rights are neither given at the belonging of the government, nor are they a privilege. The government to retract their head statement and properly engage with the ZCBC, the Zimbabwe Catholic Bishops' Conference, the Church at large, and all the Zimbabweans in dialogue. Masarra dumps the party and rejoins MDCT. The leader of the little-known opposition party, the LEAD, Linda Masarra, has dumped her party to rejoin the Coupe-led group MDCT. The move by this vocal female politician is reported to have been influenced by Thokozani Coupe, who wants Masarra to join the MDCT MPs and senators team to replace the MDC Alliance MPs. MDC Alliance has so far lost more than 15 seats in both Parliament and Senate through recalling. The 15 members to be replaced through nominations came as a result of proportional representation. Some of the members who are on the list to replace MDC Alliance PRs in Parliament are Yvonne Sarugwa, Betha Monzora, while Gift Chimanikire will replace Gideon Shoko for senatorial seat. Masarra was previously with the MDCT as the party spokesperson before she formed her party, the LEAD, after she was fired. She was fired after her image putting on a Zanu PF regalia went viral on the internet. And then on the latest news on Jacob Ngarivume, Harare Magistrate Trinos Utaunashe has postponed to Friday, August 21st, his ruling on bail application on changed circumstances by Transform Zimbabwe leader Jacob Ngarivume. Lawyer Moses Ngomo says prison authorities still denying him food from outside and social visits. Now, last story rounding up our news, we take a look at the news about a racist white man who was knocked out with a single punch on the London Underground. The man abused passengers, saying, "It's my home and you are all going back." He called them pets before squaring up to some black boys as they got off the train. Footage has got viral of a man shouting at a group of black people on the London Underground, calling them pets and singing that they are lesser than him before he was punched. You can take a look at the video clip that follows. Viewers and listeners, that's all we have for today, for the news today. Thank you so much for joining us on Zim Social Network News. My name is Adoris Barap. Until next time, is bye-bye.